Have you ever considered the transformative power of prayer? It's more than just words whispered in solitude or echoed in the hush of a sanctuary. Prayer is our lifeline, our direct line of communication with the divine. It's a moment of quiet reflection, a plea for guidance, a cry for help, or a song of gratitude. In the hustle and bustle of our daily lives, prayer serves as a sanctuary, a place of retreat where we can lay our burdens down and find peace. It's a source of comfort in times of distress, a beacon of hope when we're lost, and a wellspring of strength when we feel weak. The Bible, filled with wisdom and guidance, speaks volumes about the importance of prayer. It's an essential tool, a spiritual discipline that shapes our relationship with God and enriches our spiritual journey. In the next moments, we will delve into the Psalms to uncover the beauty of prayer. Imagine a shelter from all storms, a refuge from all dangers. This is the promise of Psalm 91. As we delve into Psalm 91, we uncover a profound message of divine protection. The psalmist, in his wisdom, begins by expressing his trust in the Most High, declaring that he who dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. It's a bold assertion of faith, a declaration of God as his refuge and fortress, his God in whom he trusts. The psalmist further impresses upon us the extent of God's protection, painting a vivid picture of deliverance from the snare of the fowler and from the perilous pestilence. We're reminded of the divine promise of protection not just from physical harm, but also from unseen dangers, those that lurk in the shadows, waiting to ensnare us. The metaphor of God's faithfulness as a shield and buckler is particularly striking. The imagery is powerful, evoking a sense of God's unwavering commitment to safeguard those who place their trust in Him. As we journey further into the heart of Psalm 91, we're met with the assurance of angelic guardianship. The psalmist tells us that God commands His angels to guard us in all our ways. They are our celestial bodyguards, lifting us up in their hands so that we do not stumble. The psalm concludes with God's voice, offering a grand promise of deliverance and honor to those who love Him. The Lord assures us of His salvation, a promise that transcends our earthly existence and reaches into the realm of the eternal. Psalm 91 reassures us that in prayer, we find our fortress, our refuge, our deliverer. A prayer of protection, a proclamation of faith, a promise of divine guardianship, Psalm 91 serves as a powerful reminder of the protective embrace of the Almighty. In it, we find not just words but a divine assurance that in every storm, in every danger, we are not alone. In the midst of our busy lives, how often do we pause to give thanks? As we navigate through the labyrinth of life, it's easy to forget about the importance of gratitude. Today we delve into Psalm 92. The prayer of thanksgiving, a beautiful testament of appreciation to the divine. Psalm 92 begins, "It is good to give thanks to the Lord, to sing praises to your name, O Most High." The psalmist here not only acknowledges God's existence but also celebrates His goodness. It's a gentle nudge reminding us to pause, reflect, and express our gratitude. The psalm continues, "To declare your steadfast love in the morning and your faithfulness by night." This is a beautiful depiction of God's unending love and faithfulness. The morning symbolizes the start of new possibilities, while the night represents the peace found in His unwavering faithfulness. It's a call to recognize God's love and faithfulness in every dawn and dusk. The psalmist further says, "For you, O Lord, have made me glad by your work. At the works of your hands I sing for joy." Here we are reminded that our joy and happiness stem from the Lord's work. It's a call to celebrate the divine craftsmanship that shapes our lives. This psalm teaches us that prayer is not solely a request ticket to God, but also an avenue for expressing gratitude. It's about acknowledging God's love, faithfulness, and the joy He brings into our lives. It's about appreciating the divine hand at work in our daily experiences. It's easy to get caught up in the rush of life and forget to say thank you. Psalm 92 teaches us to slow down, reflect, and express our gratitude. It reminds us to celebrate God's goodness and mercy. So let's make it a habit to pause, reflect, and express our gratitude to God. Let's remember that every prayer is not just a request, but also a celebration of His love and faithfulness. Psalm 92 reminds us that prayer is also a celebration of God's goodness and mercy. Where does your help come from? Let's journey together through Psalm 121, a powerful prayer of assurance. This psalm, woven with words of faith, offers us a comforting blanket of God's perpetual help and protection. Listen closely as we recite, "I lift up my eyes to the mountains, where does my help come from? My help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth." These opening lines set a tone of dependence on God, acknowledging His omnipotence. This is a call for us to look beyond our limited capacities and seek help from the Creator of all things. The psalm continues, "He will not let your foot slip. He who watches over you will not slumber. Indeed, he who watches over Israel will neither slumber nor sleep." Here the psalmist emphasizes God's constant watchfulness. It's a reminder that God's care for us is tireless, unwavering. God, our guardian, is always awake, always vigilant, always ready to help. The Lord watches over you. The Lord is your shade at your right hand. The sun will not harm you by day, nor the moon by night. In these lines we find reassurance in God's protective shade. The psalmist uses the imagery of the sun and the moon to depict life's trials that can come at any time. But under God's shade we are shielded from harm. The psalm concludes with, "The Lord will keep you from all harm. He will watch over your life. The Lord will watch over your coming and going both now and forevermore." This is the ultimate assurance. God, our keeper, is committed to shielding us from harm. He watches over our life, our comings and goings, offering his protection now and forever. Psalm 121 is a testament to God's unwavering assurance. It's a prayer that reminds us of God's ceaseless vigilance, his protective shade, his promise to keep us from harm. Psalm 121 reinforces that in prayer we find our help, our keeper, our shade. In the Psalms we find a treasure trove of prayers that resonate with our human experiences. These ancient hymns, penned by the likes of King David, Asaph, and others, have been a source of comfort and inspiration for countless generations. They give us a language to articulate our deepest fears, our highest joys, and everything in between. But more than that, they reveal to us the immense value of prayer. Let's take a moment to revisit the key points from Psalm 91, 92, and 121. In these psalms we see how prayer provides protection, expresses gratitude, and offers assurance. Psalm 91, often referred to as the prayer of protection, is a powerful reminder that God is our refuge and fortress. In times of danger and distress we can call upon him, confident in his promise to deliver us. It's a testament to the protective power of prayer, proving that no matter what we face, we're never alone. We're under the shelter of the Most High, hidden in the shadow of the Almighty. Then there's Psalm 92, the prayer of thanksgiving. This psalm encourages us to give thanks to the Lord for his love and faithfulness. It's a call to recognize God's goodness, to marvel at his works, and to sing praises to his name. It shows us that prayer isn't just about asking for help, but also about expressing gratitude. It's about shifting our focus from our problems to God's provision, from our trials to his triumphs. And finally, Psalm 121, known as the prayer of assurance. This psalm reassures us that our help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. It tells us that God is our keeper, our shade, our protector who neither slumbers nor sleeps. It's a prayer that stirs up faith, an affirmation that God is watching over us every moment of every day. These psalms, in their unique ways, illustrate the power of prayer. They remind us that prayer isn't a monologue but a dialogue. It's a conversation with God, a time to speak and a time to listen. It's an invitation to cast our cares upon him, to rest in his presence, and to align our hearts with his. So as we reflect on these psalms, let's be encouraged to integrate them into our own prayer life. Let's make them our own, personalizing them, praying them in our own words. Let's allow them to guide us, to shape us, and to draw us closer to God. Remember, prayer is not a duty, but a privilege. In prayer, we engage with God, who is our refuge, our joy, and our help. So, let us hold fast to this gift and experience the transformative power of prayer.